What is going on, everybody? It's Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Today I'm getting ready to take stuff to the antique booth, which is going to be tomorrow. I'm also going to share some things that sold for me recently in this video. This video will probably take place over maybe 2 to 3 days. First, I'm going to show you what I'm working on here. So here's the gumball machine you see me pick up in a recent yard sale video. Now I've seen one listed on Etsy for a good amount of money, like I think well over 100. I'm going to try to throw it in the booth for 50, see what happens. If it doesn't sell, you know, it doesn't have to stay there. We can get rid of it after a month and throw it online. My wife said she was going to donate this thing. It's something we had for a while. It's just this wooden cat doorstop. I got it for $8. WrestleMania DVD. You guys see me pick the cards up recently. I've got a little cassette tape. These things both came from the Goodwill bins. I got some cassettes, a little bag, some Zippos, some pins down there in that bag as well. I just finished giving this a little cleanup here. This is a fire extinguisher. You know, just looking at it, I would think it's worth a lot of money, and some of them are. This particular one is in okay condition. You know, I kind of messaged my buddy Scott from the Scott Sell Stuff show, and he had said, you know, these things, they're up and down, they're all over. He valued this one about 60, 70 bucks. And then I asked Mike, the owner of the antique booth as well, and he said, yeah, probably about 60 bucks. You know, some of these ones in rougher condition, you'd be better to send for scrap prices. So this one I'm going to try to get $60 out of the booth. I did give it a little quick clean. I haven't cleaned anything like this before, and I did use this stuff right here. I'll show you. It's a barkeeper's friend. Okay, so I tried to use this. I did it very lightly because I didn't want to damage anything. I've never used it before. I mostly just wanted to get some of the dirt and dust off and maybe a little bit of the oxidation on it, but I think it turned out pretty good. I have a little clip. I've probably already thrown it up right now, before and after. It was okay. So I'm gonna get some stuff kind of ready to go for tomorrow. Most of it is. In the meantime, I'm gonna give you a few things that sold for me recently. Then after that, we'll catch up tomorrow when I hit the antique booth. First, I want to mention our friends at Posh Sidekick. Now, I'll spare you the whole song and dance this week, but link down below in the description. There's a code you can try. It's a 7-day free trial, no credit card required. This will help your Poshmark take off. If you're selling on Poshmark Canada, Poshmark US, it doesn't matter. You can use it on either closet or both closets for that matter. It's going to do all the things you don't want to do, like share and follow people and be social. It'll also send offers to likers. Okay. I'll just leave it at that for today, but I'm going to give you a few Poshmark sales anyway. Here we go. We're going to start with a vintage Roots Coca-Cola zip up. So this is like Olympics / Roots vintage jacket. I can't remember exact moment what Olympics this was from, but I got $55 for this. Pretty decent sale on Poshmark. I think I had it listed a little higher, but this time of year, I might have had it listed for $70. But this time of year selling a sweater, I seem to sell enough of them, but you know, if I get a good offer like this on a sweater like this, I'll definitely be taking it. Next, the Seiko watch. So this was the men's Seiko watch. I think I might even throw a comp up on the screen at the time when I was editing the video, a lot higher, like maybe over $100. I wound up listing it for, I think, $58, and then through Posh Sidekick, it was sending out offers. You know, you can add, you can take things away that you do not want them to send offers on, or you can set up different parameters like that. This one, though, they did send out like a $45 offer, and that is what it sold for. I'm still happy with that. I paid $2.50 for the watch. I don't really know enough about a lot of these watches to, I need to learn a lot more about these watches to feel confident to list them for more money. You know, from what I could tell, this watch last sold for about $60. So I think I listed mine for $58. And like I said, I think I got $45 on Poshmark. I'm still happy with it, honestly. The last thing on Poshmark here before we get back into the video is a Columbia dress. Now, my wife picked this up with me, or for me. She picked up a dress for me. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but we were at the Goodwill bins and she found it. She says, hey, what do you think of this? It's a Columbia sports type dress. I don't know a lot about dresses. Columbia can be an okay brand. It was a very nice dress. I'm like, yeah, let's take a chance on it from the bins. It wound up selling for $27. It's the right time of year, obviously, to sell something like that. I'm not a dress expert by any means, but very happy with picking you know, a Columbia dress like that out of the Goodwill bins, taking a chance on it, and selling it for $27 on Poshmark. All right, so it's Wednesday morning. We're off to stock the antique booth. The other thing is, at the end of the week, we'll be going on vacation. So Friday, I'll be putting all my stores in vacation mode. I have to kind of decide whether I want to go and drop my stuff off my mail off Thursday evening or afternoon, or if I want to do it Friday morning. But regardless, when I drop my mail off in London at Stallion Express, that will be the end of my Poshmark.com for sure, because I need the cross-border shipper to get that across the border. I can leave my store's active until I think the end of day Friday, because Friday at I think 5 is when my local post office is closed, so I can just ship through eBay or use Poshmark labels if I sell anything through the day. And then everything's going to be off for at least 7 days, maybe 8 days, depending on when we get back. We don't really have a solid plan. We're going to Toronto for I think 3 days to kick off the vacation. Then we're making our way out to the East Coast to see my parents, which they have a house or a home in New Brunswick for the summer. So we're going to do that, but we're going to make some stops along the way, try to have a good time, have a good week off. This is probably our only week-long vacation this year. You know, we do lots of weekend trips and stuff like that, but as far as a week off, this is it. So I'm going to try to make the most of it. But anyway, let's get to the mall, antique mall, stock up. I also have to pay rent today because I'll be gone over the 1st. So when the 1st comes here in a few days, I'll be away, so I need to make sure I pay my rent, so that's taken care of. But yeah, let's get to the antique mall. Not reseller related, but this morning while I was doing my listings, I like to throw YouTube on in the background just to have something to listen to or watch while I'm doing it. And this morning in my feed popped up from Spotify, so Spotify on YouTube though, was 30 Years of Blue. So Blue, the Weezer album, you know, the original OG Weezer album. That was my very first physical CD. I had lots of cassettes. I grew up in the 90s. I had all the Nirvana cassettes and like Alice in Chains and all those type of things, right? Like I think I might have had Guns N' Roses, you know, all the typical 90s probably dude music that you would typically listen to. That was the kind of stuff I liked. But when I got a CD player for Christmas one year, the first album I ever got, my brother bought me Weezer, the Blue album, which I thought was awesome because for the most part, he's more of a country guy and kind of like more classic rock, but he did like a little bit of stuff like that as well. So I thought it was really cool. That was an album I really did want. I still love it to this very day. It's probably, you know, in my top 10 of all times. So yeah, I don't necessarily listen to a lot of music like that now, but you know, just hearing those songs this morning, you know, it definitely brought a little bit of joy to my morning. So I was happy to hear that. Crazy, you know, how time flies. 1994, I was lost. Weezer played my favorite song. Alright, so you guys seen the stuff I'm gonna bring, already brought. We're gonna fill up this, just put some more smalls out, you know, pretty basic stuff, but let's fill up the booth. Watching TV, prank calls with my friends, na 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 na. Take me back. Here you see the Duck Unlimited pins I just threw in here, the NASCAR trading cards from the last video I posted. I have some Transformers and some other little collectibles. Here in a minute you'll see I just shuffled some stuff around, but added these wrestling figures from the 80s. You might see Hillbilly Jim there. There is the gumball machine right next to it. I threw another Tim Hortons mug in as well. You know, just a few little things here and there just to fill it in. Last week I threw that Cat in the Hat thing on the wall. No new clothing this week, but I did throw in this bag you'll see right there. It's the Mr. Subworld series bag. There's the Crosby hat right there, $5 just from the Goodwill bins. The little tape recorder. You can see the Voltron collectible up there, the toy. I threw some of those little glass hands I just threw in this week as well. And I think I just mixed some stuff around in the case here. Nothing too serious. I did wind up throwing the WrestleMania DVD on this case. All right, just getting out of there. We got a little update here. It looks like I'm at 263 for the month. That's not horrible. I still have this weekend to sell stuff, so hopefully we can get back over $300 and at least be comparable to last month. I'd have to look at the books. Maybe I'll throw it up on screen now of what last month's was. Hopefully we can get there. I was hoping to increase a little bit, but this is definitely still one of the slower months here in June. I think most of the summer is going to be rather slow at the antique booth, or slower than maybe I anticipated anyway. However, I think that it's normal. I think we're, you know, making rent plus some. This is obviously just a little bit of extra income for me and fun, so no problems there whatsoever. And then, you know, when the fall hits, hopefully I've got figured out here what I think is going to sell and things pick up. But I guess only time will tell. For now, I'm going to get home and get a few more things done, kind of getting prepped for the vacation. I'm going to share a few items that sold for me recently on eBay. First, let's start off with the Nintendo Wii. Now, I decided to do the Wii Sports, the controllers, and bundle them all together. And they sold pretty quick, to be honest. I did $75. I didn't, you know, get a best. I did have best offer on, but I didn't get an offer or anything like that. Somebody just came along, scooped it up for 75 bucks. Now the whole lot of Wii stuff you see me pick up in the yard sale, I paid $60 for. And I've already also sold the Mario Karts. I did take a best offer. I think I had it listed for $38. And I think I took a best offer of, like, I'll throw it up on screen, like 33, 32, something like that. I could have sold it for a little bit more with the steering wheels, but then shipping becomes more of a pain, where if it's just the game, you can slide it into a padded poly mail or a padded envelope and get it out. So that's what I did. We shipped it out like that. So right there, those two things sold. I haven't listed, I have in draft, I'm gonna list I think Mario Party 9. That's gonna, you know, go probably for 40 bucks or so out of that lot as well. Still have the steering wheels from that. Have a bunch of games that we're gonna keep, some family games, and then there's a few more that I'm gonna lot up. So overall, that we buy, you know, it's a quick sale. So like, you're not making, it's not like you're spending $2 to make 100. However, that stuff sells super quick if you price it right. So happy with the quick sales there. The last thing I wanted to share with you that sold was the Xbox controller. So I shared last week the open box or used one that I had from my Xbox system. This one was new open box. When I opened it back up to take a look, the batteries had never even been removed from the plastic or put into this particular one, but I did open it up, and I think, yeah, I don't remember if I synced it to the machine or not. I think I just opened it up, broke the seal on it when I got it. But regardless, those controllers, so I think I got like $42. So I listed it for 50. I got an offer of 40. I countered at 45. They countered at 42, and I thought, you know, I'm not gonna go back and forth over a couple dollars here. So I accepted 42 bucks. Those controllers I actually got for free, or as free as you possibly can, through here in Canada, PC Financial, so PC Bank. If you have a credit card through them, you can collect points. Those points are good at like Superstore, Zehrs, Shoppers Drug Mart. I cashed in my points at Shoppers Drug Mart and got 2 free controllers for the Xbox One that I did own, that I gave to my nephew. So we basically just paid the tax on those. So I don't really have any money into them. It cost me some of my points from my credit card, but that was about it. So happy with the sales. Like I said, I'm gonna go home and sort of get stuff ready for vacation, but we'll catch up tomorrow. All right, it's Thursday morning. I already have my listings up for the day. I drafted listings up for tomorrow, which is Friday, and that'll be the last day that I'm gonna list this week, because today, this afternoon, I should say, I'm gonna go to Stallion Express, drop off my mail right around 4:30, 5 o'clock, right before they close. At that point, we will shut down the Poshmark US and probably Depop stores. Depop I don't have to, but I'm probably going to, because I do want to ship normally with Stallion Express with Depop. So those two will be on vacation mode. I will leave up eBay and Poshmark Canada until probably Friday afternoon. I only have till about noon today. At noon, I have to edit this video. I'm recording a podcast today with John around 1:30, and then I have to make sure that I get the rest of my shipping stuff ready to go. So I can take it this afternoon. So I do have until, it's about 8:30 in the morning currently, and I do have until noon today to do whatever I want now. So I was gonna, you know, yesterday I got stuff ready for vacation. I got stuff packed and some laundry done. I'm thinking I might go to the hardware store or the lumber store and figure out what do I do for the walls. I don't know if I'll get started today. If I do, I'll obviously add it in this video. Whatever happens between now and noon, I'll update you in this video, and then yeah, I guess we'll see what today brings.
No, don't like that.
All right, so that actually didn't turn out very good at all. What I planned on picking up was like cottage grade pine wainscoting, and it wound up being it. So when I bought it a long time ago, it always used to be like $8.99, and you see that in our house quite a bit. However, that type of, you know, cottage look, and I was just going to put that on the wall because it's really easy to put up by yourself. It's usually inexpensive, and I thought, yeah, it probably went up in price, 14 bucks, something like that. I think I actually seen it at Rona, and this place is usually cheaper than a lot of places, you know, in town. This is kind of closer to me. For whatever reason, it's like somewhere between $20 to $26. I can't remember what he said, but it was going to be a lot more than I anticipated. I was going to pick up 30 packages, and then when they priced it, because there was no price when I looked out here in the yard, wound up being yeah, like double of what I thought I was going to pay. So I have to go home, do some better measurements, figure out what I want to do. I might not come back today, or I might come back today. I'm really not sure at this point, but yeah, it's definitely going to slow me down. I wasn't really even sure if I was going to work on the shed anymore until we got back, but I'll do a few measurements, see how I feel after that, and then I guess we'll see what happens. All right, did some measurements, made a few phone calls, and I'm actually going to head to a different hardware store, lumber store. This one's in another little portside town here called Port Rowan, Ontario. I'm just going to go to a Home Hardware. I called them. Their pine that was similar, that I was just about to pick up, their pine was actually $31 a package, so theirs was actually more money. But then he told me about this other stuff that I could get that's called, it's wider, it's called like V something. I wrote it down. I'll have to figure it out. But anyway, to do the one wall, it's a little bit wider, like I said, and it'd be about $400 instead of over $1,000. So I'm gonna go look at it, see what I think. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run it sideways or straight up and down yet, or any of that kind of stuff. I don't really know. However, I'm gonna go look at it because it's 9:40, so I still have some time. Even if I get it picked up today and don't get anything on the wall, I'd be happy with that. But gonna do one wall at a time. I know the back wall, so the two side walls I'm gonna do in pine. The back wall I'm gonna do in like a pallet type board, so I already know what I'm doing there. You know, obviously the other end is the roll-up door, so I don't have to worry about that. But if I could get, you know, this one wall figured out for today, or at least picked up, I'd be happy with that. But if I don't, that's fine too. Like I said, I still have a couple of hours here to figure out what I'm doing. So off to the hardware store, I guess. All right, so I figured I could tell you a few things that I picked up yesterday. I didn't film it, but when I was done at the antique mall, I had to run up to the bank, and then there's a little mom and pop thrift shop. So I just jumped in there quick, didn't bring my GoPro. I had my phone in my pocket, but I didn't film anything, obviously. Otherwise I would have added the clip of that. But I found a bag of Skylanders. It was in a Skylander branded bag. It had a portal and a Wii game. I wound up just listing the Skylanders by themselves on eBay this morning for $49. I think there was 22 of them. You know, I might take a best offer of up to 40. I'm not really sure, but I just listed them a little high, so there's room for offers. I didn't list the bag with it. The bag I'll probably throw in my antique booth for maybe like $8, something like that. And then the portal and the game, I'll either list on eBay separately or potentially take that to the antique booth as well. It's not worth a ton of money, but if I could get another 10 bucks out of that, that'd be fine. I think I paid $10 for everything total in that little lot, so that was pretty cool. Now, the same thrift store, the only other thing that I did find was a $10 jacket, and it was a Yamaha jacket. It wasn't vintage. It was screen printed on the back, but it has some pretty cool patches on the front of it. I paid $10 for it. I can't find the exact one, but I listed mine for $68. If it got around 50, I'd be happy. You know, I always try to like list things if I can, if they're in good condition, you know, a little bit higher than what I actually want. So then if I'm sending out offers, or, you know, especially if there's not just like a comp, like if there's a bunch of comps for something and you clearly are going to sell it around a certain amount of money, that's obviously the right thing to do. But in this case, I couldn't find the exact jacket, so I listed it a little higher than I wanted, and we'll see what happens. I mean, it'll either sell for better than I was hoping for, or hopefully exactly what I wanted. But either way, I thought I'd share a couple things that I picked up yesterday at the thrift store. So I went with 1x6 V-joint pine. So it's wider, which is going to be nice. It's going to be $1.37 a linear foot. I got enough to do 20 foot by 7 foot, so one wall. Looks like it's going to cost about 581 bucks. All right, so we have our chop saw set up. I am running this with electricity from my house, just with an extension cord. We've got the lumber for the wall. Got the little air compressor set up. I'm actually using my little generator here, or my little power brick. It had no problem filling up the tank. Now for the last hour, I've been looking around trying to find the nail gun, which is the last thing I would need here. Can't find it. It doesn't belong to me. It's my parents. My father had it in their house doing trim and whatever. I look where it normally is. I looked in their house. They're currently not home. I couldn't find it. So I did send them a message on Facebook, tried to call my mom. Next step would obviously be just to go buy one. I don't think they're a lot of money. Probably makes the most sense to just own one. I mean, I already own the air compressor, the chop saw, everything I need. I just don't have the nail gun. It's not something I use a lot, so it's nothing I've really thought about buying. I probably still wouldn't use it a lot past this room, honestly, but it's not a bad thing to own, so I might just have to go buy one of those. Yeah, so that kind of puts a damper on today. I ran around, got all this stuff ready, and I just can't find the nail gun, which is fine. I'll work on this a bit tomorrow. It just won't be a part of this video. I might film a little bit of it when I'm putting it up, just, you know, to add to a different video. But yeah, what else? So as I was running around this morning, I listed the Mario Party 9 for the Wii. It was another thing that came in that Wii bundle from the last yard sale video. I listed it for, I think, $45 plus shipping. It sold this morning for $45 plus shipping. A really good flip. Happy with that. You know, that puts me far into the profit. You know, we've already sold the Wii for $75, Mario Kart for $33, that game for $45. I don't have anything else listed yet from that bundle. I know I'm keeping 3 of the games, and then I have some okay games that are like $10 to $15. I'll probably list those maybe as a bundle. I don't really know. I have to look better at them, but yeah, happy with that sale. You know, when I was driving around this morning and that, I seen that notification come on my watch. Very happy. All right, I think we're going to end this one right here. If you guys like videos like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content, and we will see you soon.